Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.tv.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
But when you need someone to help you to your feet, I'll be that beacon to your highest peak. I'll be right next to you, no, I will never leave. Come on, take my hands, we got everything we need. Cause you can look to me whenever you're in need. Just call on me and I'll be on my way. I'll be by your side, never to divide. The light that shines our way. Wherever you road leads, we'll be right there with you. Wherever you road leads, we'll make your dreams come true. Next time, next time, next time, next day,
Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
This is the Network News for Monday, April the 17th, 2023. I'm Stasia Blake. In the headlines, retired superintendent of police establishes charity organization targeting road safety in memory of his son, Asher McIntyre. Grenada focuses on paying Trinidad and Tobago US $31.5 million in debt while preparing to roll out a new tax system in 2024. TA Marisho Community College awarded Best Academic Institution following moot court competition in Antigua. And in regional news, Antigua and Barbuda Education Minister urges Union of Teachers to withdraw threat of industrial action. In international news, French President Emmanuel Macron's unpopular plan to raise France's retirement age from 62 to 64 enacted into law. And in sports, Netball Grenada to launch its inaugural grassroots program. Details right after this message.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. A foundation is being born to help keep Grenada's roads safer and minimize accidents. The brainchild behind the initiative is the father of Grenada's latest road fatality victim. Beverly Tellisford has the details.
The Asher McIntyre Foundation for Road Safety arose from the March 6 accident, which ended the life of Asher McIntyre, son of former Superintendent of Police Sylvan McIntyre. The foundation plans to tackle road safety through education and advocating for change in general road practices and laws. First on the agenda for the newly forming foundation is creating awareness about road safety. Jude Hector is a member of the foundation's executive board.
Right, so I think road safety has to be elevated to the national level where we all are aware of what the issues are. And then I think of the road, now the road is a common space. Wherever you have multiple persons sharing a common space, there has to be protocol. Yes. There has to be an understanding that we all have a responsibility to ensure that we treat it so that we're not encroaching on other people's rights and so on. So I believe there has to be almost like a breakdown of exactly what the roads are, how do we use it, what some of the protocols. I mean, some of it has already been established by the police, but as a general population, I think I'm seeing more and more sometimes a disregard for the protocols that govern safety on the road.
In its quest to make the road safer, the board members of the foundation have come up with a number of proposals and are hoping to work with the Ministry of Transportation, the Royal Grenada Police Force, and civil society to see them through. Sylvan McIntyre explains.
Having a police officer or police warden to help people cross is not solving the problem. You can't have police officers there 24 hours. It would not happen. Exactly. So we think that there are a number of things that we can do there. We can help in some way to influence an overpass, yes, where people can go over the road and people can continue. We are hoping that we're going to influence having rails in some areas, having sidewalks in some areas, and so on. And one of the bigger things that we would hope to see on that highway is to have a memorial, like a board for persons who died. We are about seeking out the statistics for the number of accidents in that area, because we believe that a traffic engineering study needs to be conducted in that area and to implement corrective measures to deal with the traffic issue, particularly in that area. So we're looking at electronic sign.
McIntyre is calling for penalties to be used as a deterrent against dangerous driving.
Unfortunately, RGPF, the speed humps and bumps, they're not working. They don't slow people down considerably. And so we have to find a way of ensuring that the economy could roll and that ambulance and other things can move at a particular speed or so if they have to. So putting a policeman on the street at a particular time wouldn't work. The speed bumps are not working. And we want to ensure that there are other measures in place, that the penalties are able to speak to when somebody get into a particular zone, what speed they should have, the camera to capture that, and the penalties to complement that so that it forms a deterrent to persons who are using it.
32-year-old Asher McIntyre of Monthatman St. George lost his life along the Morris Bishop Highway in the wee hours of the morning of March 6, 2023, after being struck by a vehicle. Reporting for GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Government is working towards cleaning Grenada's records from long-standing debts, improving revenue collections, and seeking new ways to access financing. Sherry Ann Blackman-Stephen reports.
Grenada is working towards clearing up its outstanding debts owed to different countries in a bid to improve the country's creditworthiness. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell confirmed that government successfully negotiated a settlement of $5 million in long-standing debt arrears owed to the state of Libya, contracted in 1980s by the People's Revolutionary Government, the PRG. This was a major move made 4 months after winning the June 23, 2022 general elections. The Prime Minister says Trinidad and Tobago's debt is now next.
Main creditor that we need to address is the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, our sister CARICOM neighbor to the south, arising from monies that were advanced to Grenada in the aftermath of Hurricane Ivan and thereafter. And we are working on addressing that.
Grenada presently owes Trinidad and Tobago $31.5 million. Loan number 1 for $16.5 million was contracted in September of 2005. Loan 2 of $15 million was contracted in June 2013. The Grenadian leader says long-standing unresolved debts arrears to countries such as Algeria and Trinidad and Tobago have adversely affected Grenada's credit rating, placing the country in the category of selected default, or SD. To keep the financial wheels turning smoothly, the Prime Minister says while debts are being cleared, the time-old method of raising revenue via taxes will be strengthened.
From 2024, we intend to embark upon a new tax system driven largely from a digital basis. The advantages of doing so is that, one, it actually reduces the cost of tax collection to the government.
Additional financing measures being looked at are carbon trading and climate change leverage for more concessionary financing. PM Mitchell said his administration is looking at having Grenada accredited to benefit from a number of climate change-related funding.
The Cabinet, for instance, on Monday, approved Grenada joining the partnership agreement between the OECS CARICOM and the Afrexim Bank. We are also looking at exploring the possibility of becoming a member of the Caribbean and Latin American Development Bank, which is in short known as CAF. The team at the Ministry of Finance is currently reviewing that situation with the hope that we can get cabinet approval in the not too distant future to also be able to partner with that institution.
The PM's announcements were made during a recent post-cabinet briefing. Sherry and Blackburn Stephen, GBN News.
Next, the New Dimension Steel Orchestra is the winner of Pan Expressions 2023. The competition was held on Sunday at the Tantine Netball Court. Nisha Peters has details.
It was a fantastic Saturday for Pan lovers as the dust settled on Pan Expression 2023. Nexa Credit Union New Dimensions were named the champions, amassing a total of 278 points. Their rendition of Earth, Wind and Fire's Fantasy gives New Dimension 6 Pan Expression titles under its belt. Taking up the second position was Republic Bank Angel Harps with 259 points. Co-op Bank Common Shareholders had to settle for third with 245 points, and Grand Roy Pan Angels fourth with 194 points. Senator Claudette Joseph addressed the competition on behalf of the Minister for Culture. She reaffirmed government's commitment to the development of Pan.
The government pledges its continued support through the NLA and through other agencies of government and the Ministry of Culture to the Steel Band Association in all of its endeavors. We recognize that in order for steel band music to grow and to blossom and to transcend into something better than that which we know, government support is essential.
Meanwhile, Derek James, Public Relations Officer of the Grenada Pan Association, says that there is a need for Pan to be taught in schools.
Well, we are trying to, first of all, to get a memorandum of understanding with the Ministry of Culture, and that is in the draft stages, and we hope to conclude that pretty soon with the ministry. And we're also hoping to get back the Pan officer, the steel band officer in the Ministry of Culture, to go back like the same job that David Peck Edward was doing. We're hoping that that will be established pretty soon. If you look at the amount of children, as I said earlier, that playing pan, there's no reason why we should not have pans in the school.
He went on to say that steel pan needs to find its rightful place in a carnival.
We have to go back and find a way to really put steel band back where it belongs in carnival. And if we don't do that, what we're seeing today is the Japanese and so on taking our pan music and making more use of it than us. If we don't stop the erosion of that part of our culture, we are going to cry in later days to come. So I think we went wrong by how some of the modernized, as you may call it, songs for carnival, and they have not really given equal attention to steel band music as we develop.
The Panorama event is traditionally held the Saturday before Carnival. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
Another successful River Sally Siraka completed. The event, which takes place on the first Friday after Easter, is a community-based event that incorporates families and foods from various communities. Christina John was there and has this report.
Another successful rollout to the River Sally Siraka, according to organizers. The day's activity kicked off with the traditional blowing of the conch shell and drumming through the villages, signaling to cooks that it's time to get the pots on fire. Saraka is a means of paying homage to our ancestors and also celebrating a bountiful harvest. Villagers had some of the biggest pots on firewood, cooking up the traditional meals that would later be served. Anika Edwards is the chairperson of the Live Asali Organization for Development.
River Sali is a community that, we have something that is authentic to us, something that means a lot to us, and for that reason, we can boast about our Saraka. Our Saraka always takes place after harvest. Harvest was yesterday, and today we participate in this Feast of Thanksgiving. This year we have 29 families cooking, so we had 29 households cooking today. And we are grateful for that because that shows that the community is taking part in our Feast of Thanksgiving, which is Saraka. We're also elated to see the amount of people that are here to celebrate Saraka with us.
Donalyn Watson Henry, project officer of the Grenada Cultural Foundation, says their mandate is to preserve Grenada's cultural heritage.
What I can say is I'm looking, last year we reintroduced the best tray competition, and the person who won last year, she would have won again this year. And when you looked at her tray, she came out to win. It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. There are specific elements coming out of the tray that you're looking for, and the fact that she won meant that she would have captured everything that the judges were looking for. We had 3 judges, 2 coming out of the Division of Culture, and 1 a private individual who, is deeply rooted in our cultural heritage. So that was another element that we brought in. Despite the fact that we were having issues with our lights, it didn't stop persons from being a part of the eating on the blogger leaves. Now we say the banana leaves because it's easier to say, but really and truly it's blogger leaves we're eating on because it's stronger. We have so many rich heritage, rich culture. It's amazing when you try to understand exactly why something is done, the way in which it's done. They actually have a specific meaning to every single thing, and that was brought us perspective tonight when we witnessed the layout of the trays and what everything on that tray represented. So the fact that persons are being a part of this, they're excited about it, means that we are doing something good.
Watson Henry says a number of persons have partnered with them to make it the success it was. She was also impressed by the turnout of patrons from all over Grenada and beyond to be a part of the festivities.
This year we have partnered with the Tourism Authority, Lotto. They have been some of our prominent partners for this year. The government of Grenada, of course, they are 100% behind us. We have the Ministry of Culture, the Division of Culture, and Ministry of Social Services, Social Development. These are some of our key sponsors, and I can't really call them sponsors because they are no longer sponsors. They are family, they are partners, and they have been instrumental in ensuring that this Saraka is a success, and I can boast that it has been a success. What we are witnessing here tonight is another element of the River Sali Saraka, the final part I should say, because after the feast we had the harvest yesterday, and this is the final chapter of the River Sali Saraka, which is headed by the Live Asali Organization for Development, and they have been instrumental in ensuring that this part of our cultural heritage is kept alive. With Happy, Anne-Marie, Anna's home, these are the ones that has been steering this ship to wherever we have to go, and what we're aiming at is a successful event, and we've had
This is News at 7. Coming up, T.A. Marshall Community College awarded Best Academic Institution following moot court competition in Antigua. Stay with us.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
A home should always be safe for you and your children. So remember to have your electrician check your wiring every 5 years and keep cords and wires out of the reach of children.
We even added circuit interrupters in the bathroom and kitchen and any place where water and electricity are close.
Remember, children, never touch electrical cords and wires and never put objects into sockets.
Grenlink, energizing our Grenada.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Co-op Bank introduces e-payments, our new e-banking feature that allows you to make payments online hassle-free. Log in securely with biometric technology. Make recurring payments easier with automated scheduling. Save time by paying your bills online. Transfer money to accounts at other local and regional banks. Send wire transfers on the go to anywhere in the world. Or send money to friends or family using Buddy Payment. E-payments, the swift, simple, and secure way of transferring money.
Welcome home.
With just $2, you can gift yourself with a chance to win the Lotto jackpot. Now, imagine winning the National Lotteries Authority jackpot of $66,000. Why pass upon this winning opportunity? Lotto, play and win a lot of money.
Transform your life with Arise's suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Arise Credit Union. Your financial freedom. Your future.
Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Rewind selector.
Everybody stepping at a long time right now. Stepping at a long
time. Make the night go longer. Reach for the power roots. Reach for the long time.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy just 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
The performance of 4 Grenadian law students has resulted in accolades for the T.A. Marisho Community College, although they didn't advance to the final round of the just concluded annual Antigua and Barbuda Mooting Association's Fortis Advocatus Moot Court competition. My colleague Nisha Paul has the details.
So our Grenadian impressed with their oral advocacy skills. Unfortunately, the Grenadian teams did not advance to the final round. And so the highest scoring prosecution and defense would have come from the Antigua State College. However, I have to reiterate how impressed we all were with the performance of the Grenadian teams.
TAMCC law students Sherika Hippolyte, Gabrielle Walters, Jada Glean, and Fidel Stewart were among the competing teams for the prosecution and defense that traveled to Antigua last month to participate in the semi-final round of the competition.
It was a really exciting and amazing experience, and a learning one at that. We got the ability to pretty much develop our analysis skills, time management as well, because we also had to juggle schoolwork. Also, it prepared us to build our advocacy skills, speaking in front of judges, also being legal profession. So I think that exposure was really, really important for us, and we learned so much.
Collectively, the Grenadians amassed the most points to bring home the award for Best Academic Institution.
The 2 teams that are allocated the most points in both the oral advocacy round, collectively in both the oral advocacy round and the written submission, the written memorials. The written memorial, I've been a stickler for reading and writing, but doing this in a legal sense, it really had helped me develop my research and analysis skills. From this competition, my passion for law has now been reignited. I see how passionate it is I am about law. So this experience for me really helped with that, and I'm honestly grateful. I have no complaint.
This was the first time law students from Grenada were invited to participate in the competition.
This exposure that this institution had gotten, I think that would be really good, and we should really take something away and actually start maybe implementing a similar with the way we teach, implementing something similar to that, having mooting on campus itself, within the institution itself. We don't have to go outside, but we can do something to kind of show our students, okay, this is what you're getting into, and then some would know, okay, this is not really for me, or maybe this is actually what I like. Because from this, I learned that I don't like the quote aspect, well, somewhat. I don't really like the quote aspect, but I like the research and writing aspect. That kind of exposure is important for you deciding where you go with your career.
The aspiring legal practitioners are preparing to sit the May-June Cape Law Unit 1 and Unit 2 exams, with plans to continue pursuing their education at the university level. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
3 organizations are combining efforts to find alternative ways to feed animals and fertilize crops in a more cost-effective way.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives is collaborating with the University of the West Indies and the Food and Agricultural Organization towards managing agricultural production via training. The training, cost-effective risk management options for agriculture and livelihoods, comprises 2 components, a theory session at the National Stadium and a practical aspect at the Maribo Propagation Station. The sessions showcased techniques for optimal fertilizer application, compost building, and livestock feeding to extension assistants and crop and livestock farmers. According to Ministry of Agriculture's representative Gregory Del Sol, the significance of this training is knowing the alternative approaches to the methods currently being used.
UE provided us with these 3 facilitators, Dr. Wodoxi leading the team. That would give us a lot of cost-effective measures that we could do in terms of compost building, crop proper fertilizer applications, because a lot of times in this country, farmers tend to waste fertilizer. We put more fertilizer than we need to actually apply to the crops. Number two, we need to, he also talked about soil testing. We need to do that a bit more, so we know exactly what the soil needs, not just by guesswork.
Dr. Gios Eudoxie, Senior Lecturer of Soil Science at the University of the West Indies, together with Dr. Martin Hughes, an animal production specialist and nutritionist, highlighted the composition of the resources and how best to manage them efficiently.
I think we were able to provide some very low-hanging fruits, including, for instance, understanding how a simple thing like where you place your fertilizer and how much of that fertilizer you use is so critical to your ability to use it efficiently. And similarly, on the side of the feeds, I think we were able to show that when you are creative and you think about the alternative feed substrates that are available, you can, particularly for ruminant animals, produce a more reasonable cost substitute for what we already have on the market. The major areas, I think, is the improvement in our productivity. One of the sore points for us in terms of our production is that we are very low in terms of where the yield potentials of most of our crops are. And by changing very slight practices, there's a great opportunity for us to increase that.
These strategic measures are aimed at improving the efficiency of both farmers and extension assistants. Brenda Phillip, Extension Assistant, and Kenneth Charles, a farmer, says the training they received was a source of empowerment to them.
We learned very much about the deep placing the fertilizer into the soil instead of on the surface as we normally do. And we were shown the advantages of doing that. For example, fertilizer left on the surface in hot sun, most of the nitrogen would vaporize. So before the plant could get it, you would have lost most of it. So when you cover it into the soil, it is there for a longer while and more accessible to the plants.
Mission relating to not just soil fertility, but building your soil and helping the farmer to understand what he needs to do to improve his soil condition for better production, and also to enhance the fertility in terms of delivering all the minerals and the required nutrition that the plant would need to survive and to produce in a healthy manner.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
A local resort rewarded loyal guests last week, and GBN's Joseph Cador caught up with the team at the Tower Estate in St. Paul.
Reunion Week at Sandals is an annual event where past guests of the resort are invited back for a week of fun in the sun. Guests get to enjoy all the amenities of the resort as well as special events and activities planned just for them. Some guests boast of having accumulated in excess of 400 nights at the resort.
Pleasure to come back to Sandals because we do they treat us as family, we treat them as family, and it makes a very relaxing vacation.
One other thing, though, just something we mentioned the other day. We were walking to breakfast or, again, food, and I said, this is one of the friendliest islands. Every single person, there was a gardener, there was housekeeping, just everybody, good morning, how are you?
Among the activities planned was lunch at the Tower in St. Paul's. Built in 1913 and nestled on 5 acres of land filled with fruits, spice, and wood trees, the location provides the ideal convergence of timeless history and engaging culinary delight.
For me, it's nothing really hard that I could create. Maybe I could say a fusion because experience from European and you have an Asian touch of spices and herb, and then you can create a menu that some people can say, oh, different flavor because of the spices and herb that we can find in Grenada.
The estate is owned and managed by the Slinger family.
I guess it's a little bit of everything, and it is family run still, and so it's very, I think that authenticity that you're actually living here, it's part of what you're doing, the farm is active, the garden is active. I think that's sort of is what does that also. And most people, the breeze, the sound of the birds, we don't use pesticides, everything's wandering around. And just it's a very peaceful location to spend a little time.
The Sandals Select Guest Reunion Week was established by Sandal Resorts International to honor and thank its longtime clients for their loyalty.
We recognize them for coming back, for their loyalty, for their dedication, the commitment to the brand Sandals, not just Sandals, but beaches. And this week is really just dedicated to celebrating every aspect of their commitment.
The Sandal Loyalty Program is designed to give guests the best possible experience when vacationing at Sandals Resort. Joseph Cador, GBN News.
Grenada is a small island rich in history, and today's pinch of valuable history lies in Nonpareil, St. Mark's. It's time for your GBN ISAW.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Our ISAW reporter submitted a photo of this bridge located at Nonpareil, St. Mark's on Crayfish Bay Estate. It is reported to be the oldest bridge in Grenada and among the oldest bridges in the Caribbean. The bridge is said to have been built around the 1830s in England, after which it was transported to Grenada in sections and reassembled by local slave labor. The construction of this bridge allowed people and animals to have access to the adjoining property on the former plantation. Made of cast iron, it is an example of early historic ironwork and fine craftsmanship and skills. Designed with both durable strength and ornate beauty, the intricate details of its impressive design easily distracts from the sordid memories, history, and stories of those who must have traversed over the bridge in the past. We thank our ISAW reporter for that submission. We encourage you to send your photo and ISAW submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
And still ahead, Grenada to benefit from CARFA campaign. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the event you've been waiting for. The event of the century. It's the massive Cars and Cash Mega Bingo. Sunday, May 7th from 5 p.m. Where? At the National Stadium. And this year you can win not one, not two, not even 3 or 4, but 5 Suzuki Swift Sports.
I don't think I heard that correctly. Tell me again slowly.
You can win 5 Suzuki Swift Sports. Yeah! Wait, come back. That's not all. Plus $25,000 in cash.
No way.
Tickets are $60 for one or $100 for two.
This is crazy.
5 cars plus $25,000 in cash. This will definitely be the event of the century.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
So it begins, a journey like none other.
Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
High impact doors and windows can be yours. Now available at Caribbean Shutters Windows and Doors, agents for Domus Windows and Doors. Get custom-made UPVC products with a 20-year warranty on frames and a 5-year warranty on hardware, complete with installation and so much more. Visit our showroom at 11 Frequente Industrial Park, St. George, or call 439-1293, or visit our website at www.domuswindows.com.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway, and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
Welcome back. Grenada is one of 5 CARFA member countries to benefit from a public health audio campaign with funding from the German Agency for International Cooperation, or GIZ. CARFA is collaborating with the Audiopedia Foundation to improve access to public health education in the Caribbean. The initiative will tailor Audiopedia's open-source audible learning platform to the specific needs of the Caribbean. The plan is for a public health audio campaign to be rolled out, which will address key issues such as COVID-19 vaccination, non-communicable diseases, HIV/AIDS, water sanitation, and hygiene. It will adopt a train-the-trainer strategy, so the campaign will target health promotion and communication professionals, as well as local organizations responsible for generating public health messages. Other countries to benefit from the program include Barbados, Belize, Curacao, and Trinidad and Tobago. Financing runs in the range of some 445,000 AC dollars. Stay with us. We'll have the sports report for you next.
Maroon and String Band Music Festival, Friday, April 28th to Sunday the 30th. 3 days of intense and rich cultural diversity on display. Day 1, Friday, April 28th, Bialo Village, 6 a.m. The opening rituals, wetting of the ground and blowing the shell. 3 p.m. sharing of the smoked food, Saraka style, into the flambeau parade and official opening ceremony. Day 2, Saturday from 11 a.m. Strings in the city. Downtown Hillsborough transforms with the sweetness of live string band music. Then at 7:30 p.m. we all journey to the Botanical Gardens for cultural explosion, and the night ends with a stirring performance from Sabrina Francis and Solid the Band. Sunday, April 30th, day 3, Sunday's party night. It's all about the bands from 4 p.m. at Paradise Beach. Come see performances from cultural groups and Kiriku's live bands. It's a long weekend, so we're gonna make it an all-nighter. Saturday tickets cost $40. Sunday tickets cost $20. Groups of 10 pays a special price, $50. Kirikou Maroon and String Band Music Festival. Let's celebrate our traditions and culture. They fortify us against adversities.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Grenville, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Do you know, when you play the games of the National Lotteries Authority, you are supporting sports, culture, and nation building in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit-Martinique?
Hi, I am Junior Murray, cricket coach, sports enthusiast, and a former West Indies cricketer. I endorse the games of the NLA 100%. For the past 40 years, the NLA has been funding many sporting activities, including competition for schools and clubs, and for athletes to participate in overseas tournaments such as the Carifta Games and the regional cricket tournaments. For those reasons, I play the game of the NLA. Even if I do not win, I know Grenada always wins.
Yes, when you play all the games, the NLA in turn supports sports, culture, and nation-building activities throughout the Tri-Island state.
And welcome, sports fans. Let's get started. Kelson Andrew was sublime with both bat and ball despite Grenada losing to St. Vincent in their opening fixture of the Win-Lot WICB Under-19 tournament in St. Lucia yesterday. Batting first, Grenada racked up 246 all out, with Andrew leading the pack with 65 from 76 balls and Kay Murray chipping in with 42. St. Vincent in reply hit 249, losing 8 wickets along the way. Bowling for Grenada, Andrew was also in the mix with figures of 2 for 55. The Murray brothers had scalps of 3 for 40 and 2 for 41, respectively. The countdown is on for the start of the upcoming Headley Weeks Tri-Series. Team Headley, named in honor of George Headley, will be captained by Joshua De Silva, the wicket-keeper and batter. Team Weeks, named in honor of Sir Everton Weeks, will be led by Alec Althanaz, the left-handed top-order batter. The two teams have been drawn from the leading performers in the 2023 West Indies Championship and those deemed to be on the fringe of the Test team. Team Headley and Team Weeks will play against each other and against the West Indies Academy in the 3-match series, running from the 19th of April to the 6th of May at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, CCG, in Antigua. All 3 matches have been awarded first-class status. The excitement continues to heighten in the Classique Lightning Caribbean National Netball Tournament. 2 matches are down on the card tomorrow. Game 1 will feature action in Division B with SJC playing Police Sports Club from 5:15 p.m. on Court 1. Later in the evening, the excitement will shift to the A Division as Jet Setters go head-to-head with Top Strikers Sports Club starting from 6:30 p.m. 15 teams are participating in the competition. And looking now at matches played over the weekend, there were victories for Sprang's QPR in both the B Division and Male Division Game 1. Game 1 featured Sprang's QPR playing SGU Blue Dynamites. SGU Blue Dynamites won the first quarter 7-6. However, the second quarter saw Sprang's QPR taking control 14-10. And then the third quarter saw them maintaining that lead with 22 goals. Eventually, they won 31-22. Following their triumph in the B Division, Sprang's QPR shifted their attention to Top Strikers. This time, in the Male Division, they mauled them 40-18. Meanwhile, Netball Grenada launches its inaugural grassroots program this weekend on the Tantine Hard Court. The program targets players ages 6 to 13 years from all over the island, including from Carriacou. The program is aimed at introducing junior players to the basic tenets of the sport. Saturday's launch is scheduled for 10 a.m. Participants are encouraged to wear a white T-shirt, and sessions will continue on a weekly basis on a parish level. The program runs until July 1st, with a netball festival set for July the 8th. And that's what's been happening in our world of sport. And now for a look what's been happening around the region and the wider globe. After mediation failed to resolve the lawsuit brought against the government by the International Decade for People of African Descent Assembly, the case will now be adjudicated by Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George, SC. Kiana Cole has the full story from Guyana.
On Friday, when the matter was called, the Chief Justice instructed the parties to file written submissions for oral arguments for when the case comes up again on June 14, 2023. Meanwhile, Attorney at Law for Ipadaji, Dr. Vivian Williams, and Attorney General Anil Nandlal, who is representing the government, both indicated that the parties were unable to arrive at a settlement. Moreover, Williams' request for a court order to bar the government from making any disbursement was not granted, with Justice George advising him that a necessary application has to be made before she can consider his request. At the last court hearing, Williams had reported that he had made a proposal to the government. While this was confirmed by Principal Legal Advisor Shoshana Lal, she had told the court that the proposal had to be reviewed by Culture, Youth and Sport Minister Charles Ramson Jr. In defending the government's decision to withdraw the organization $8 million per month grant, Ramson in court documents averred that he has been informed by numerous persons and organizations that although they are qualified for assistance from the subvention disbursed to Ipadaji, they were wrongly excluded and deprived from benefiting from it. In light of this, Minister Ramson said he requested that Ipadaji to provide details record of how the subventions has thus far been applied. In reply, he said the organization's Chief Executive Officer, Olive Sampson, gave the financial statements for 2018, 2019, and 2020. The Ipadaji, chaired by opposition-nominated Guyana Elections Commission Commissioner Vincent Alexander, is ultimately seeking a court order to have its subventions reinstated. The organization was birthed out of representations made by former President David Granger on August 7, 2016, at a symposium organized by the Coffee to 50 Committee. The Chief Justice has described the dispute over monies as a national embarrassment and has also barred the parties from speaking on the matter in public.
Education Minister, the Honorable Darrell Matthew, is hoping the Antigua and Barbuda Union of Teachers will withdraw its threat of industrial action for next Monday's resumption of classes in public schools. He says the government has done all it can at this point to address the teachers' concerns, while the remaining issues continue to be given attention. More in this report.
That we have done all that can be done under the circumstances. We simply cannot magically snap our fingers and the cameras appear in all the classrooms or in all the schools. We cannot wave a magic wand and the compound is immediately surveyed at Pierce Secondary overnight and the fence erected. We have agreed upon a solution and a timeline for the erection of the fence at the St. Noble Richards Academy. We have made all the outstanding ex-gratia payments. The upgrades that we have indicated have been outstanding since 2017 or 2018. The upgrades have been done except for, like I said, the 30 who there are some clerical issues that have been identified. Those persons for whom payments have not been made, we have asked them, send us the names of the teachers who have indicated their payments were not made and their salary, the increase in payment. The union, notwithstanding they've indicated it is not their responsibility to give us that information, which it is not. It is really, the onus is really on the individual who has not been paid to let us know that the payment has not been remitted, and we will investigate them. And so I'm really not sure what else can be done at this time to speed up what is understood to be the three remaining issues. Those are the fencing and the installation of the cameras, and of course the continued negotiations and the collective agreement, like I said, which will be indicated and forwarded to the union by Tuesday of next week. So that is where we are, and I'm appealing to the Union of Teachers to recognize that certainly the issues that may appear to be contentious, which are the issues of upgrades and in the passing of the checks and the increase in the payments, those issues are largely resolved. And so I believe we have a platform upon which this industrial action or this threat of industrial action on Monday can be withdrawn.
French President Emmanuel Macron enacts a pension overhaul after France's Constitutional Council validated the draft law on Friday.
The Constitutional Council validating the draft law on the pension reform, apart from a couple of elements, but the bulk of it has been validated, and President Macron enacted it over the weekend, which means that from September, the minimum retirement age will raise from 62 to 64 gradually. Will actually reach 64 only by 2030. And the Prime Minister Elizabeth Borne tweeting this weekend that we have now reached the end of the democratic process and there are neither winners nor losers. So what now? The far left opposition talking about a democratic hold-up, the far right opposition, Marine Le Pen saying that she will repeal this law if she is elected. The union said they will keep on with the pressure, again focusing on May the 1st and on Labor Day. They call about a tsunami of protest that day. Actually, the president had invited the unions at the Elysee on Tuesday. They have all rejected that invitation, said they wanted to meet him before the law was enacted, but not now anymore. So the president will actually address the nation this evening, try to turn the page and move on. He will talk about pay, about working conditions, about public services, etc. So he really tries to move on to the next phase. And of course, while the legal deadlock is now over, the political and the social one is still very much in place. There's a question of the legacy of President Macron, how he can govern for the next few years. And looking at some of the recent polls that have been published earlier this month, it looks like while the far left has been the most vociferous opposition to this pension reform in the assembly and in the streets, they don't benefit from it. But looking at polls, is the far right candidate Marine Le Pen that is very much benefiting from it. And that in an Elabé poll that was published earlier this month, it shows that if the second one was happening today, she's the one who will be elected at 55% against 45% against Emmanuel Macron.
And that's what's been happening around the globe today. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Retired Superintendent of Police establishes charity organization targeting road safety in memory of son Asher McIntyre. Grenada focuses on paying Trinidad and Tobago US $31.5 million debt while preparing to roll out a new tax system in 2024. TA Marischal Community College awarded Best Academic Institution following moot court competition in Antigua. And in regional news, Antigua and Barbuda Education Minister urges Union of Teachers to withdraw threat of industrial action. In international news, French President Emmanuel Macron's unpopular plan to raise France's retirement age from 62 to 64 enacted into law. And in sports, Netball Grenada to launch its inaugural grassroots program. If you missed any part of this newscast, there will be a repeat broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. We wish you a very pleasant evening. Good night.